So this week, we're going to spend some time talking about control and our expectations, and not just the power of expectation, but also those unspoken expectations of others, and what that means for how we dialogue with people. I'm sure we can all relate to a lot of these readings. Right off the bat, we're going to spend some time talking about procrastination and then we're going to move forward and we're going to talk about these other issues of control and these other issues of expectations. We can all think about situations where we've been trying to get something done with another person. We're relating with another person. And this could be a partner, it could be family, people we work with, students. And there are these unspoken expectations that exist in the room that we're not aware of them, and but we can sense that they're there, and and of course those are incredibly powerful because the expectations that they have for what's going to happen next is going to color how they feel about what's happening in that moment, how they respond to it, whether they're dug in to try to get to those expectations and are unable to see the positive elements of the direction that you're going in. So being open to new possibilities, which is the nature of working in a group. If as a baseline we can't get the group, the individuals in that group, to be open to the possibility that we might end up somewhere different from where they anticipated or predicted that we would end up, and that could be a good thing, then it doesn't matter how good it is. All it's going to be measured against is whether or not it met their expectations. And as soon as we have expectations about something, we tend to want to control it. As soon as we become aware of things that enter into our consciousness that maybe they've been with us all along, and we sense that it relates to us, our instinct is to control it. I think a great metaphor for that is to think about your own breathing. So if I asked you right now to just pay attention to your breath for 5 breaths, go ahead and do that now. So let me ask you a question. As you were going through that, paying attention, I didn't ask you to control it. I didn't ask you to change it. I didn't ask you to take deep breaths. I just asked you to pay attention to your breath. You've had your breath with you this entire video. Up until that point, you've had it with you all day. It's been serving exactly the purpose it needed to serve for you. It's been serving you well. It's been giving you what you needed to live and function all day. Now, some of you may have paid attention to your breath and nothing changed. I'm willing to bet that for most of you, if not all of you, you sensed a change. Maybe it tightened in your diaphragm physically. Maybe you started to speed up your breath. Maybe you started to breathe more deeply. Maybe you even had a hard time breathing. Maybe you caught your breath and you had to remind yourself to breathe. So it was fine without you thinking about it. But once you became aware of it, all of a sudden, there's this instinct to change it, to control it. And I think that's true for a lot of things in our lives. It's true not only for the things that we encounter around us, but also the people that we work with, that we may be working side by side with people and headed in a really positive direction. But as soon as they come into our closer circle and we become aware that they affect us in some way. It could be in a very positive way. It could be in an incredibly positive way. Everything about this person being a part of our team now, personally or professionally, is good for us. But there's an instinct to control them, to set expectations for them, to change them, to maximize that experience for us through our lens. And in doing so, we tend to disrupt this dynamic that when we first encountered it was great for us, just like your breathing was great for you until I asked you to think about it. So that might be a metaphor that helps you process some of how I approach the readings that we're going to look at this week. And a much more